welcome or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kim and I'm the creator behind Katie Creations. In today's video, I wanted to challenge myself to do the popular challenge that Stacy Makes and the Cozy Buckeye are doing on YouTube and on Instagram, and that is the Share the Love challenge. And I will put a little picture of their poster here, but what it is you are to find 5 free patterns on Instagram. You are to make those patterns, and they need to be patterns that you've never made before. Make those patterns and share, tag the creators, make sure you're following the creators, and share on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, things like that. And make sure that you tag Stacy Makes or Apple Tree Bottom and the Cozy Buckeye on Instagram, so they too can share the love of these creators who are generous enough to give us free patterns on Instagram. And I have found 5 really great patterns by some really great creators. But before I get into that, I would like to let you know that on July 19th, I am going to be having my very first live on Palmstreet, and I will have that link down below. But it's my very first live. I would love it if you would bookmark the event. I will have a lot of the great plushies that I have been showing in my weekly makes available that day. So if you would like the opportunity to snag one of my creations, I would love for you to join me on my live Saturday, July 19th. Again, I'll have that linked in the description. If you want to go bookmark the event, I would thank you so much for doing that and joining me on that day for my very first live. Even if you just come to support, hang out in the chat, I would absolutely love that. So let's get into this challenge. So the very first challenge that I have, or the very first make that I have, is going to be the Market Possum by Cluck and Buzz Crochet. Absolutely love her. She is a fellow YouTuber, so please go give her a like and a follow if you have not already. She comes out with some great patterns, and I just love watching her kids, her chickens. Her channel is just so fun. So the very first one that I have is her Market Possum. This is made out of Latte Chunky. So you start out with the pink nose, and everything is completely no-sew. It's worked in. She also has this is a modification of her Market Mouse. So she also has a free Market Mouse to on Instagram. Forever picking fluff out of these things. But this guy is super cute. Possums are so popular at markets. I would definitely put this in my little $6 bin, and I just know that he would go very quickly, and he is very quick to make. So again, this is Market Opossum by Cluck and Buzz Crochet. Okay, so number 2, I have the no-sew leggy froggy, but not the original leggy froggy. This one is actually a mini make as well. And this one is by, looking at my notes, Soft Wee Crochet. And this is it. So this one is super fast to make as well. It would be a really great market make. It is no-sew. Again, I would probably put this in my $6 bin, maybe in a couple colors. I think that he would go really quickly. And I love having those $6 bin, because a lot of people have multiple kids, and they can't afford to buy a bunch of the bigger items for all 3, 4, 5 kids, especially if they have grandchildren with them. So I love having a little $6 item so somebody can still get something for everybody without breaking the bank. So again, this is a no-sew leggy froggy, just kind of a smaller version of the leggy froggy that we all know and love. And this is by lost it in Soft Wee Crochet. Super cute. And this is made out of almost forgot. This is made out of Barnett Blanket, Mystical. So if you give him a parfait chunky, he'd probably come out a little bit smaller, and he'd be perfect for a keychain. Okay, so my next one, we all know that Stitch is super popular right now. I too absolutely love Lilo and Stitch. So I could not pass up the opportunity to make the blue alien charm, and this is going to be by the Crochet Zoologist. I love this one. So this is Stitch, blue alien, car charm. And he's meant to kind of just be looking like he's just hanging off there. So he's not completely no-sew. You do have to sew on the ears. You make the chain separately, and then you surface crochet the arm and the leg to go over the chain. So he's just hanging out there. Of course, he's made out of Parfait Chunky, and I think that he would be perfect for any Stitch lover out there. I typically sell my car hangers for about $12. He's kind of small. I might mark him down to about $10, but with the Stitch craze going on right now, I think that he would be absolutely perfect, and it's a quick make at your markets. All right, so number 4, I made an octopus by Cora Crochet, and I see Crochet Corner Haley make this pattern all the time. It's one of her favorites, and it is free to make. And I made him out of a Parfait Chunky, of course, and this is the Octo. So this one is really easy to make. You do make the outside first, and then you make the belly, and then you make all the legs separately, but then you tie the legs onto the belly, and then you sew the belly onto the head of the octopus. So there is sewing, but it is super easy, and I just absolutely love how this one came out. It did call for 7 legs, but I had to do 8. Octopuses have 8 legs. I'm not sure why the pattern calls for 7, but I was able to fit it on there, and it didn't look overcrowded or anything. So I think he turned out perfect. So again, this is by Cora Crochet, and it is her free octopus pattern. I saved the best for last because this one was just my absolute favorite. I will say, going into this one, there was not pictures. I kept having to go to the very first and only picture on there to figure out like where everything goes. But if you're an experienced crocheter, it's pretty easy to figure it out. So I do wish that this pattern had pictures and assembly instructions, but again, it did not take me much brain power to figure out where everything goes. I just used the picture for inspiration and kind of guessed, and I think it turned out great. So this is going to be a dragon pattern by, I hope I'm not butchering this name, but it is Fennis Crochet, Fennis _ Toys. I'll have it linked below, but this is her dragon pattern, and it was, I can't believe this was a free pattern. And this is her, made out of Parfait Chunky. So you made the head first, and then you made the arms, the legs, the ears, and the arms and the legs were crocheted into the body. You also made the tail. You sewed on the tail. You sewed the head onto the body. You made the wings, and you sewed those on. The ears are sewn on. And then she has you do like, do the spine in just normal yarn, but I thought it would be pretty cool to do it in fuzzy yarn, so I just kind of single crochet down the spine and down to the tip of the tail, and I absolutely love her. She turned out super cute. Again, wasn't too hard to figure out where to sew on the tail, the wings, the ears. I just used the picture for judgment, and of course the spine was super easy. I just single crochet down to make her look extra cute. She dangles, but I think even without the assembly instructions, super easy, super cute. There is a little bit more to this one than the other ones. I do feel like it would still be a pretty good market make. I think it makes, and sewing and all, less than 2 hours to make, so it would still be a pretty good market make, I feel. You may just not have as many of these as you would the market possum or leggy frog. So that is it for me for this challenge, and I will have everybody that I use linked down below. I did follow them. I encourage you to follow them as well and try their patterns. I would love to challenge my friend Stitch by Jessica on Instagram. And I don't know if she'll see this, but I would absolutely love it if Awestruck Crochet would also accept the challenge. She is one of my absolute favorites. So I challenge you, Alicia, to this challenge, and I would love to see your video, other things you come up with. So thanks for hanging out with me and clicking on my video. If you would not mind to give me a like and subscribe, it would mean so much to me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.